All right, and welcome to Across the Bar podcast, where we're doing another session of tell me how you really feel. And at this point, I feel like we're just gonna bring Stephanie on just because it just cracks me up all the time. I always have a good time. Oh, hello, Stephanie.
Hello.
So glad again that you're here. So I have something new to talk about. And I'd like to get your thoughts on this. Tell me how you feel about this. Coachella, right? It's Coachella weekend. And here's the thing, though. So I have, I'm older, and I have like a certain attachment to Coachella because, back in the day, I went to the first couple of Coachellas. Back when there were single day tickets. And it was just such a fucking cool thing because all these bands that would play were just first of all, it was all kind of like rock, indie rock, stuff like that, some hip hop in there, some electro and stuff like that. But for the most part, it was all kind of like guitar based like music, but I mean, it's just, like the Strokes, Jane's Addiction, Radiohead, The Cure. I mean, you name it, they played, right? And what I remember was that was just the anticipation of, oh my gosh, the lineup is being released. The lineup is being released. Oh my gosh. You just wanted to see that poster. So you'd be like, oh shit. Okay. When do tickets go on sale? And, it was just like getting concert tickets. So I was like, oh, fuck, gotta get Coachella tickets. Coachella tickets.
So you guys got the lineup before you paid for the ticket.
So that's okay. So that's what I was that's what I was leading up to, right? And then at a certain point, it just got so big. And I started seeing the people that would come. It completely changed because it was just a bunch of
ruffians, rough people who didn't even shower.
Like
they're all
festival people.
Like dirty, muddy, who cares? Like fucking rugged, whatever. Yeah,
that thing wasn't there yet. Like Coachella was a place to be seen. That wasn't.
It wasn't like a whole picture. Situation.
It didn't have the vibe.
I mean,
wasn't there.
The vibe is gone when you're like paying for something and then you're like, I'm finding out what I paid for. You get my drift? Like, I'm finding out what I already paid for.
So that's
what you have no idea.
So that's when I dropped out. When it became so popular that they didn't even have to tell you who the lineup was. Because in the past, I'm like, okay, who's headlining?
Who would pay for some shit that you don't know who's fucking playing yet? A mystery box? You want me to go to a mystery box festival? That's what you want me to do.
Unless you're not going there for the music.
Exactly. Bingo.
Yeah.
I just have to be seen and Instagrammed and photographed and my outfits I've been planning all year. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, so that's when I dropped out when Coachella decided that, hey, we're not even going to tell you who's playing because you're going to buy these tickets anyway.
Yeah.
It just opened it up to a whole bunch of other people that were there just not for the reasons that I used to be, for a different reason from what I used to be there.
I feel like it turned political because who has all these fucking tents that are $1 million tents that you can rent for $5,000 a night? This is a fucking dirty ass concert. What the fuck is going on?
What do you mean that it turned political?
I mean, it's the rich have their own fucking section at Coachella. Gotcha. The celebrities have their section. The rich have their section, and then it's I don't even know.
Political, but and more there. What's that called? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking out on the word. It's definitely classist, right?
Yeah, that.
Where you have GA, and that's for where you have to walk 8 miles and breathe in all the dust, or you have the super VIP with the tent with the air conditioning on it, right? That's
it's very
$10,000 a night.
Yeah, so it's very sectioned off like that. I feel.
Yeah.
I'm just really.
I mean,
and then it's just weird because I believe the one time that I went, well, I don't want.
Do you like Coachella?
No.
Oh, you
I
don't? Okay.
It's like in the middle of the desert, and when my bands aren't playing, I'm just baking and miserable while I'm waiting for my band to go on. And so like things like Lollapalooza, I'm like, oh, my band's not on yet. I'm gonna go to a bar and I'm gonna go drink, or I'm gonna go explore the city, and then I'll be back in time for like Nine Inch Nails to play.
Oh yeah, because it's in Chicago.
Yeah, but when I'm in the middle of nowhere, like fucking burning to death with the nothing, like no seats, I'm just like ass to the grass and like baking to death. I'm just like, this is not really my kind of festival. I prefer a festival in like a city I can go enjoy stuff and then come back.
You know what? One of the benefits, actually, nobody really talks about this, but one of the benefits of global warming is that actually during Coachella now, it is like nice. It's like 70 degrees. You know what I mean? It's like perfect weather now for a festival when it used to be like burning for fucking ever.
I just remember like sitting on the grass, and I was even young. So I wasn't even that. I was like older and like couldn't hang. I was literally just like, what the fuck is this? I think because I had already been to Lollapalooza and was spoiled, and was like, the weather was great and like not too hot. And then I got to drink wherever I wanted to at Lollapalooza. And then when I went to Coachella, I had a drink in a fucking drinking section.
Oh, that's
so I
the
was
worst.
just like, and then you hear your band coming on, and then you're like, I need to fucking guzzle this fucking gallon of wine, because it was a pretty like decent, like, especially because the lines are so long, you're buying like 2 wines at a time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me just swallow them down real quick, because
Yeah,
like, what the fuck are they afraid of? That like,
I haven't been to Coachella in a couple of years, but like, I do wonder if they still have you like in this little drinking section that you can't get out. You can't really see the bands very good. And like, and how you mentioned like in Chicago, it was just it was fucking wild, because I remember going up there, and then like they have like this, like, oh, okay, like, where you can get beer or wine. And it's just like, oh, let's get wine. And they literally get a sports bottle, open up a bottle of wine, and just pour the bottle of wine in there and say $20. Thank you very much. And you can just get that and just walk around everywhere.
They're so generous with their alcohol. And like, you can just walk around. You can see your band while you're drinking. And it's
in
really,
the grass.
Really nice.
Yeah. So I don't really fucking get it, but it seems very on brand, like LA or California, whatever. That
I feel like it's become just a statement for pictures.
It'd be a trendy thing, but like, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this.
There's a lot of rules in general in Los Angeles for us to be like the cool kid, because I'm like, when I go to like to Chicago or New Orleans, I'm like, this is way fucking cooler.
So what do you think? See, I'm not like those people too, where just like, oh man, like, they don't even fucking play rock and roll anymore, man. Fuck this thing. Like, I get it. It's like in the end, it's all about being popular, right? And most of that is not that relevant anymore, you know? So I get the change of the music, but I still feel that Coachella is no longer about the music. It's more of, I attended this event.
Exactly. I feel like it's more like a cool thing to do or something that. Like, ugh.
That's sad, huh?
It's just horrible. You know, that just depresses. It's just like, it's so depressing.
Yeah, I don't know how you fix it. How would you fix it if it were up to you?
Everybody's gonna fucking sleep in the fucking dirt, bitch. First of all, there is no fancy $5,000 tent. We're not fucking doing that. So you're either here and you're about this shit, you're about this life, or you're not. Just like Woodstock shit. Just like nitty gritty, like a real fucking festival.
Another thing that changed is at least like when I was going to like the first Coachellas, it was like pretty white for the most part, you know. Obviously
true.
when they have bands like Morrissey and things like that, like, you know, all the Hispanic people come out of the woodworks, right, for the shit Rage Against the Machine. And so when you were younger, I guess like when Coachella was around, like Did black people talk about it much? Was it on the radar at all?
I feel like with me, personally, not for me.
Okay.
No. Like, I never heard any of my black friends, like, saying they're going to Coachella.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Do you think that's changing now that there's like so many hip hop artists
yeah.
that are playing?
I think so. I think, out of curiosity,
Yeah.
I might maybe in the future maybe attend another one just to see how different it might be.
Yeah.
Or like how different the people might be.
You know what? And the reason I ask that is because it's like, I don't know if black people really fuck with like 3-day festivals, being out all day.
Yeah.
Because, when you think about
I
like
think
festival
Coachella,
culture.
I think Coachella has a lot. Like there's, like you said, there's a lot of hip hop. Like,
yeah.
So I feel like.
But are black people down for that shit?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like some are, some aren't. It just depends. But like I can't remember the rapper I saw like at Coachella, but I think I was just like so drunk out of my mind. I was just like, really? Is that rapper right now coming out?
Oh,
but it was like unreal. Like who played in 2000 and
Waka Waka Flame? Is that the one you're talking about? Because I remember you had told me about that.
Yes.
Remember with Skrillex?
Yes.
Because Skrillex was coming out and then Waka Waka Flame comes out?
Yes. And I was just like, wait, is that really him? And I was just like looking. I was like, yeah, that's fucking him. I'm not delusional right now.
Yeah.
Like,
and see, that was a while ago. Because I think like for the most part around that time, it was just like, Kanye West, Beyonce, just like super, super really big hip hop artists would play or whatever, pop or R&B. But now it just seems more and more. So I was just wondering if like now black people are like, oh fuck, like so many of our favorite songs.
I think so, definitely. I mean, I think it's like a melting pot. I think Coachella definitely turned into a melting pot because it's such a like an Instagram-y, YouTube-y like thing. Because
see, here's the thing, because it's like because of how big hip hop and R&B are, it's not exclusive to black people. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, it's not like, oh, only black people listen to this, so like, it caters to them for Coachella.
I mean, no, because like there would be no music if they're not listening to black music right now. It's like there would be no music. That's like a whole nother.
That's a whole conversation.
A whole topic. Like it is. America is built on black culture. Like stolen, a lot stolen. Like, oh, look at this great idea. It's like that's some hood shit. You've never been to the hood. You have no idea about the hood. But
look, I say this all the time.
It's just so.
I say this all the time. You know what? Instead of reparations, this is what you do. You charge everybody for any new word that comes out. There's a fee, right? You want to use turn up, lit. I mean, like just pretty much any fucking word that becomes popular.
We have created America. Let's just say that. Like, I mean, if you take all of our music, culture, language, style out of the equations, like you guys are going to be wearing potato sacks. And you guys are going to be doing honky tonky, like cowboy stuff, or like maybe.
Well, it's kind of crazy because it's like, it's not even just like America, right? Like you see it everywhere. You see it worldwide. You when I went to like South Korea, it's like hip hop culture's fucking huge, right? Not a black person in the sight, but it's
the influence
there.
You think?
Yeah,
you think?
So I think what I'm getting is that
we're cool as fuck.
And Coachella has no saving itself.
Man,
I think it's done.
It's the hipster. It's the hipster festival.
No, it's not even that anymore.
I mean,
no, it's not even that. I honestly think that the way Coachella ends is the people that are into it now get old, and then like it just becomes uncool at some point. Like the generation after is like, ew, Coachella. Ew, who goes to that? I think that's how it ends, and that's how it should end. in a fiery crash. Because that's what they deserve. The minute that they decided to release tickets without knowing the lineup, I knew Coachella was dead.
Like spend all your money on some mystery shit.
Exactly. Well, Stephanie, thank you so much for coming.
Always. Yes.
Bye.
Bye.